Here are the top 5 preachers that I recommend you to listen to. Make sure you stick to the end because I have some bonus points at the end. So number 5, I have Mike Winger. Mike Winger has a YouTube channel where he really touches on a lot of questions that not only new Christians but people that have been Christians for a long time have, and I really like him because he's obviously very Bible-based believer. Number 4 for me will be Jack Hibbs from Calvary Chapel, Chino Hills. I like listening to his podcast and also his YouTube sermons because he touches a lot on things that are happening right now with politics and the country, and then he connects that to, of course, the Bible. Well, number 3 for me, it's Gary Hamrick. He is actually from Cornerstone Chapel, and what I like about him is that he has a lot of series. He has been going through the Bible chapter by chapter, verse by verse. My very favorite is the Revelation studies that he did, because he literally went through each chapter verse by verse, and I know Revelation is really hard to understand, but with his teachings I was able to learn so much more. Well, number 2, I love Paul Washer. He's one of the preachers that really make me understand that God is righteous, God is loving, but he is also our judge, and eventually that he doesn't take sin lightly. Before we get to number 1, I have a couple bonus recommendations. My first bonus is Living Waters by Ray Comfort. So more than a preacher, Ray Comfort is actually kind of more of an evangelist. He goes on the streets and he interviews people. So if you're into more like street preaching and wanting to evangelize on the street, he is a great source for you to learn from. My second bonus is, if you do speak Spanish, I love Armando Adulcin. I learn a lot from him. He also goes through a lot of the Old Testament and end times and any type of topic that you can imagine. So let's get to number 1. I don't know if many people know about this preacher, but I really like Charles Lawson. He's not the typical big podcast type of preacher. He's more on the older side, and then there's a lot of things that it really hits you, it really makes you wonder and think about. So I put him on number 1. He doesn't even have his own YouTube channel. Some of his followers made a YouTube channel for him and started sharing his sermons, and we really like his preaching. Let me know if this was helpful. In the next video I want to talk about the worst preachers not to listen to. Stay tuned, follow along. I hope this was helpful.